Hey, how you doing? This is John with Eminent Domain. Back again with another video. My focus today is creating a t-shirt for St. Patrick's Day. Make sure you check out my online stores, Etsy, I have eBay, I have one with Shopify, and the links will be below. Alright, so let's get started. Like I said, I'm trying to create an ad. I'm not going to create the actual t-shirt, at least at this moment, but I'm going to create the design and how I want it to look and what I want it to look like when you all see it, you know, for purchase. Alright, so that being said, let me get started. So the first thing I want to do is I have this one particular shirt picture that I use, and I'm going to go and look for that. So as you can see, I'm using the older version of Photoshop, and I'm okay with the older version. This is the one I was taught on. This is the one I always use, and I never had any issues for what I needed for. All right. So that being said, I went up to File, click Open. I know somewhere on my desktop I have it, so I am going to click on that one. Press Open. And as you can see, it's already set up. What I like to do is I like to press Control J to make another layer of the same picture, because at least on this one I can work, make mistakes, and I still have the background there in case I just want to delete the layer and then restart again. Alright, so like I said, I like to use this for my designs. The only problem that I have right now is that this particular shirt is a yellow color. And since I'm doing something for St. Patrick's Day, I want to use like a greenish color. So what I'm going to do is, first off, and what I tend to do is I use my magic wand, which is right here. Then I just click on the white area. In the white area, everything but the shirt is selected. Then I'm just going to select delete. Doesn't look like it did anything quite yet, but if I turn off the background, as you can see, it just leaves the shirt. Alright, so then what I'm going to do next is press Control D, and that will deselect. Now, if you don't understand what I'm saying, is these are just shortcuts that I use to maneuver through Photoshop a little faster. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my select cursor. Then, not on the wording, but I'm going to double click on the layer that I'm working on. And then I want to go to this right here, color overlay. So I'm going to click on that. As you can see, it changed it to red, but red isn't the color that I'm looking for. So I'm going to double click on color overlay. I'm going to click on this color, and I want to look for a green. Alright, I like a darker green. So I'm going to, play around with this, the color picker, till I find a shade of green that I like. Then I'm going to press OK. Alright, but right now this almost looks like it's a vector type t-shirt. It doesn't look like something real. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn down the opacity. By me turning down the opacity, it will fade the color a little, but it will allow like the natural folds and wrinkles to appear through. Alright, so I took it down to about 57%. The yellow is coming through a little bit more. I may turn it up a little, probably right there, and it still looks pretty okay, 63%. Then I'm going to press OK. Alright, so now I have my shirt the way I like it. It's a greenish color. Like I said, I'm doing something for St. Patrick's Day. So what I want to do next is I want to create my wording. And I had something in mind that I wanted to place on the t-shirt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a text box. Alright, and right now my font is set at 6 point. Alright, it's pretty small, but I can always change it at a later time. Like I said, this is dealing with St. Patrick's Day, so the thing that I want to have is going to revolve around drinking. Alright, how fun, drinking. Alright, so with that being said, let's do this. What did I want to say? I wanted to say and you know what? That's a little too small. So let me go ahead. I'm going to highlight that. Take it up to maybe 18. All right. Because like I said, or let's do 30. I could always readjust the size of the wording. So I was not born Irish, comma, space, but I drink like I was. Exclamation mark. Alright, so as you can see, all the words are kind of bunched up together. So in order to fix that, I press Control A, which is another shortcut for select all. Then I want to come over to this menu right here. This is the characters menu. It controls certain things for your letters and words. So since they're all bunched up together, I know right here where you see the A on top of the other A and then kind of like this height type symbol right there. I know with that I need to go and increase it. Right now it's set at 6 points. I think I'm gonna take it down to maybe 18 and see how that looks. Alright, it's a lot better. But I wanna change it. 20 wasn't an option, so I'm gonna highlight that number and put 20. Alright, and then I'm going to play with that a little bit. And if I want to increase the spacing between the letters or the words, then I can always go back and do that. So now I want to take a look at the font. And the font that I have is Tecton Pro. I'm going to keep it like that for now, and if I don't like it when I have the other part of my design in place, then I can always go and change the font. But right now I do kind of like that Tecton Pro font. Alright, so what I want to do now is I want to add a graphic to this shirt. Because just sometimes with just the letters or the words, it may look a little plain. So yeah, I want to go ahead and add a graphic. Alright, the graphic that I would like to add is like a beer mug. But the thing is, I don't want to go and create a beer mug from scratch, especially something as simple like that. So what I did was I went to go find one in images through Google, and in doing so, I found something that I really like. And what I'm going to do is I am going to open it up. Let me go and find it. So let's see. I know it's, there we go. I'm going to press open. So what I want to do now is crop it. Now I cropped it to get what I needed from this picture. Alright, so the crop tool is right here. And I drag the rectangular selection around the mug. And now in order to do your final, to cut it, press enter. And as you can see, now I just have what I need for the most part. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the magic wand. Alright, so before I do anything, let me create a layer. Alright, so I created the layer. And now with this layer, I'm going to take my magic wand tool, which is right here. I'm going to click on the white area. Then I'm going to press delete. Alright, so once I deselect the background, I have most of my white area deleted. Then I'm going to click in that area as well. Then I'm going to delete that. Alright, as you can see, it got rid of that white within the handle of the mug. So now what I want to do is press Control D. That will deselect. And now what I want to do is, I'm not done with this. I want to, for the most part, change it because one, it's someone else's picture, and two, I'm not looking for a real looking mug. What I want want to do is I just wanted the shape of it because I'm going to change it over into a graphic myself. So in order to do that, I'm going to go over to filter, which is at the top. Then I want to go over to the artistic menu, and then colored pencil because I tend to like how those designs come out. Now I'm just waiting for it to load, and as you can see, it gave me this right here. Alright. You can play around with this and see what other effects you can get out of it. You got pencil width, you got stroke pressure, you can increase it, decrease it. Alright. And you can play around with it. And then paper brightness, not really sure what that would do. Oh, okay. So it's kind of brighten up things. So I'm going to take it down. Alright, so now I got my color pencil design the way I want it. And you can play around, like other options right here to make it a lot easier so you don't have to go back to the menu if you want to try other things in the meantime, like dry brush, cutout, neon glow, palette knife. Actually, I'm kind of feeling that palette knife, so I think I'm going to keep it with this one, palette knife. Alright, let me see how the handle looks. Alright, so it's not bad. Now I'm going to press OK. Alright, so then that is the palette knife design. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my cursor, then I'm click on the picture, then I'm going to drag it to where I was working, which is right here. I'm going to go ahead and place it within the picture. Now, the problem with this is that the graphic is larger, so I need to resize it. To resize it, press Ctrl T, and then hold the shift button and go in from the corner right here and minimize the size. As you can see, it's getting smaller. I'm just trying to get it to the point where I would like it to fit within my entire design. So about right here. Now I'm going to click and drag it in place. It's still a little large, but I may play around with the wording because the wording may be a little large as well. So I'm going to press enter. Then I'm going to go over to my T symbol right here, which controls the lettering. Then I'm going to click within my words. As you can see, it gave me the box again. And then I can play around with the font. Right now it's set at 30. I may want to go to 20. Alright. Alright, so let's play around with 20. As you can see, everything is right here. So, press enter in certain spots where you like the word to start being moved. Alright, so as you can see, the words are kind of bunched in behind the graphic. The first thing I want to do is I want to press enter in certain spaces so the word does not disappear behind the actual graphic. But I do want the words to kind of surround the graphic. Alright, so right here, I'm going to press enter. And right here, I'm going to press enter. And I know it's something that I left out of my wording, so I'm going to have to go back and make some corrections. But, right now I'm just trying to play around with where everything is. So I put I was not born Irish, but I drink like I was. Now, I forgot that I needed to incorporate the word or the holiday, St. Patrick's Day. That was the whole purpose of me doing this. So I was not born Irish, but on St. Patty's Day. Alright, let's see what that did. I was not born Irish, but on... Oops, I'm missing a saint somewhere. There we go. I was not born Irish, but on St. Patty's Day, I drink like I was. Alright. So now I get to play around with the spacing. So I want it to have like that surrounding feeling. And I'm going to bring this one up. Oops, pressed the wrong button. Alright. I may minimize the size of that mug again because it's still a little too large. Alright, so I was not born Irish, comma, but on St. Patty's Day, comma, put a comma there, I drink like I was. Oops, I don't know what happened to the Y. There we go. I drink like I was. Alright, so now I want to come back out. So I press the select cursor, go back to the mug. So I'm going to press Control T to resize the mug. And in order to resize it, I'm going to, minimize the size a little bit more to make it fully fit into the design. Alright. So maybe right here. And then I think what I want to do next is I kind of want to tilt it in a particular direction. I'm not sure which way. Maybe like that. In order to tilt, if you go over to the corner, you'll see how the arrows right there kind of make that curve with two arrowheads. That's how you know you can kind of rotate the picture. And it will rotate on the axis, which is, right there in the center. I bring it up some. And I don't want to take it too far over to the center because I may bring the words over some as well. So I press enter. Now, I was not born Irish, but on St. Patty's Day, I drank like I was. Alright. So now, come over with the words. Bring the design in together. And I'm going to bring this down slightly. Look like it's a little too much space below the mug. Alright. So that is the design that I would like to create, and make t-shirts. This is how it should look on a green t-shirt. And I have not done any t-shirt screening yet. I have a kit to do some, but for the most part, this will probably be the first one I try out. And I'm thinking about creating a video to do that. So, look out for that video. But right now, I think I'm pretty happy with this design, and I don't want to make any more changes or corrections. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and save my design. So in order to save my design, I go up to File right here, Save As. Then I want to change it to St. Patty's Day Design. Design. And then hit Save. There you go. Now, in order for me to post it on websites, obviously I can't do it with a Photoshop file, which is a PSD file. So what I'm pretty much going to do now is go back to File, Save As, and now I want to save it as a JPEG. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to save it as a JPEG. Now I'm going to go down and JPEG is right there. There we go. I'm going to press Save. Now what I do here is I keep the quality at 12, and then large file baseline is okay. I'm only doing it for a small picture in the ad, like a thumbnail, or maybe, for larger pictures for people who like to zoom in certain situations, but the quality will still be there. Press OK, and now I have it as saved as a JPEG. So there you go. This is my new St. Patty's Day design. I wasn't born Irish, but on St. Patty's Day, I drank like I was. So hopefully you like how I created the design and you learned a few things from the creation. And make sure you like, subscribe, share, buy. Hopefully I see you the next time. I hope you enjoyed the video.